Today I'm going to show you 3 types of cupping: static cupping, wet or bleeding cupping, and moving cupping. These are the cups that I use, and they have a little release valve here, and this is the pump. I'm going to be demonstrating on my neck and my shoulder. I already had my assistant put one on my shoulder. So I'll place the cup here, put the pump on top, and just start the suction. Oh, by the way, I'm Dr. Malka, your chiropractor and acupuncturist from Los Angeles. And if you benefit from my channel, make sure to subscribe and share with your friends and family. So the cups stay in place for about 3 minutes, which is just the amount of time I need to explain their benefit according to Chinese medicine. Did I mention not to do this at home? Please go to a professional. So mainly cups help with blood stagnation, meaning if the muscles are really tight, you can imagine that the blood is not able to move fluidly and thus is unable to bring nutrients to the area for healing. Also, the pulling motion creates a reverse massage because, as you know, massage is more of a pushing motion. A similar technique is used in massage therapy as well, and it's called skin rolling. Coming from a Western medicine background, I was skeptical of cupping until I had a patient with mouse arm, which is that trigger point from the rotator cuff muscle that goes down the arm, creates symptoms down the arm. And by the way, I have a video for that condition also. I tried ultrasound with her, acupuncture, myofascial therapy, and nothing was giving her relief until I dusted my cups off and treated her with them. And the relief was instant, and I've been using them ever since. As you can see, there's already substantial color changes. The darker the color, the more significant the blood stagnation, and often the older the condition is. I find cupping to be useful also as a diagnostic tool. Now I'm going to release the cups, and I suspect they're going to be pretty dark because I have a chronic neck condition from judo practice injuries, and because of COVID, I haven't been able to get treated. My assistant released the cup in the back, and then I'll release this cup on the top by just pulling the release tab, and sure enough, they're pretty dark. Depending on how dark the area becomes, the marks can last over a week for light-skinned people and 3 to 4 days for darker-skinned people, as the blood is moved out of the body, much like a bruise. The second type of cupping I'm going to demonstrate is wet cupping or bleeding cupping. I don't use this very often because most of my patients come from a Western medicine background, and this freaks them out a little bit. So I'm going to use a diabetic lance and puncture the skin. And this really doesn't hurt as much as it looks like it would. Once again, I'm going to put the cup on. And as you can see, the blood is literally being pulled out of the body. And once again, I'll leave this on for a couple minutes. I won't show taking this off because it's going to require that I go to the bathroom and use some water. All right, so I'm back. And as you can see, there's really no significant trauma to the skin. The third type of cupping is moving cupping. I'm going to be putting some massage lotion on here. If you don't have massage lotion, again, I mentioned this in other videos, combination of oil and lotion and mixing it up will work as well. Create a little bit of suction, not as much as the initial cupping because you're going to need to move it. So I'll slide across the skin. And generally this is done on the back area. That's where most of the pain is. The only time I really use it on the legs is when I'm using a technique in the buttocks and back of the thigh area for cellulite reduction. And so this does really the same thing as static cupping, but it's more if someone has general back pain. I'll do this just all up and down the back. And also, as I mentioned before, this is very similar to skin rolling in massage therapy. And as I keep doing this, this area is going to get redder and redder. And so after 5 minutes, you can see the color changes happening in the skin as that blood gets pulled to the surface, that old blood. We will be launching a new YouTube video every Wednesday and Friday at 3 p.m. And I'll be available for any questions you have or suggestions for future videos.